Last time you saw us, Daz was building a new shower system, Bee continued to cook with courgettes, then drove us all the way to this nice park up in Stafford before we made our way to Wales behind tons of manure. This week we spot amazing wildlife on our windscreen on the way to Aberystwyth, Daz gets pooped on, and we have a lovely cup of tea by the seaside.
Hi, I'm Daz and she's Bee. We've had our motorhome since June last year and have already had many adventures and made plenty of maverick mistakes on our travels.
Our dreams of owning a home in France were shattered after Brexit. Then we failed to move somewhere more rural after our house sale fell through in the UK.
We bought Stampy, our 10-year-old motorhome, in the hope that we can live a life less ordinary and explore the UK and Europe with our kids and our greyhound Sammy whenever we can.
Please join us as we try new things, make memories as we escape in the motorhome.
Sammy's having a little rest after his walk, while I am going to go and enjoy the sun with a nice cuppa. It's so nice being able to step outside and it's not cold. And I'm just in the most beautiful surrounding where our friends live. Let me show you.
Hello from escaping the motorhome's toilet and bathroom and shower. Okay, so I'm really going to embrace using the shower now. I'm going to look in the mirror instead of looking at the camera. I'm going to embrace using the shower now. I've just attempted to have a shower this morning. I have had a shower before in here, but I think we just had lots of issues with our hot water and we just haven't used it because of the winter time. So turned it up, turned it to the red side for warm, and it wasn't getting warm. It's super cold. So I thought I'm just going to have to jump inside and give it a go. So I had a cold shower and it was very refreshing. I can do it. I'm a big girl. It's going to be fine. And then Daz was like, this is really weird. There's hot water coming out of the tap in the sink. So he said, have you tried turning it to the cold side? And yep, I just did that. Turned it to the cold side and it was roasting hot. So I just gave myself a punishment cold shower this morning. There is the bottom of the sink. And if I turn it this way, woo! If I turn it this way, it's freezing. If I turn it this way, towards the cold, it's lovely and warm. And look, another Sheen Shine 75p purchase, ideal for my razor. Our smallest unwrapped some birthday presents and Indy enjoyed giving our friend's adorable new puppy some training. She was very attentive. Oh, good girl! Steeper than it looks. Just on a bit of a wheel spin. Daz just said he's never done this route from our friend's house to Aberystwyth and he's having to keep his foot down. Only in Wales.
My favourite.
Sammy's decided it's far too bumpy, isn't it, darling? Far too bumpy to be standing up. Yeah, the incline continues.
Might get into third.
Yeah, first and second gear all the way along here. Oh, there's an Aberystwyth church that's opened up their car park as a pay-in display. And this is where we've parked, next to lots of gravestones. Dare I say they've been positioned decoratively, maybe?
Well, that's a bargain. Here we are in the middle of Aberystwyth, right by the sea, and we've got all-day parking for £3. And this is where we've managed to squeeze Stampy in. Stampy's huge, and there aren't any motorhome parking bays here, but there certainly is enough space to spin one round in. Bargain!
Aberystwyth is often described as the cultural capital of Wales and has a friendly, cosmopolitan vibe. The kids enjoyed some seafront arcades as the adults enjoyed some chips before we headed into the bustling town.
This is supposed to be good luck.
It is good luck.
But I appear to have just been on by a seagull, much to their amusement. Yeah, I think you could tell I was English.
And now we can never come to Aberystwyth without our visit to Molly's. It's our kids' favourite and they can spend plenty of time in here and of course plenty of money. After a mooch about the town, we returned to our park up and made ourselves a nice cup of tea whilst the kids played in the play park, and we enjoyed the sunshine at the seafront. So we're on Aberystwyth seafront looking out to the sea. It's absolutely glorious weather, and to our left we've got the old castle, to our right we've got a beautiful church, and about 2 o'clock to us we've got the beautiful Aberystwyth University buildings, which apparently are closed at the moment for renovations. It looks like it should be in Oxford. It's such a lovely old historical building. We've just managed to take a few steps away from the motorhome and we're enjoying a cup of tea, aren't we, dear?
Yes, with the tide slowly going out, a view across the ocean and over to the funicular railway on the mountain over there. It's not a mountain, is it? It's a hill.
A cliffside, clifftop.
The obvious difference is height. So we have a little bit of time to enjoy our tea before topping up on fuel and taking all the kids back to base.
It really has surprised us today how the change in weather can change your mood. And we are, no doubt, warm weather seekers.
Yes.
We were predicting today rain and
Yeah.
chills, but instead we've been blessed with glorious sunshine and warmth on our skin, and it just makes all the difference. I think the kids have had more fun, and us adults have definitely had more fun.
Yeah, and I think that the only problem was we were going to try and treat this like a normal Wednesday, we're just being in a different town, but with the sun out and a trip to the arcades, and there's been a lot of sweeties being eaten and all sorts of stuff, it feels like a holiday.
Yeah, we've got to remember that when we go to France for those 3 months, we spend every day like a holiday. We'll soon be struggling with our cash, so we've got to be careful, and possibly with our teeth if we eat all these sweets.
Yeah, and our waistline and everything.
So yeah, we're back to it tomorrow, Thursday, travelling back home, and the kids have got lots of online classes and some catch-up stuff to do as well. So back to normal before Daz takes Phoenix to London Zoo on Friday for his 7th birthday. So poor old Daz is all over the place this week.
Yes, I'm not taking a motorhome in central London, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're also waiting for some excellent luck. So Daz lucked out completely with the amount of bird plop that landed on his hood and on his arm.
Wearing black.
Yeah, it doesn't show up at all. And I feel like I just got maybe a fleck, maybe on the edge of my coat lapel.
Yeah, both my shoes got it too.
Yeah, so yeah, I've given Daz's shoes a little bit of a shine. Let's go and get a lottery ticket. We've got to get some luck, huh?
Yeah, after I've showered. Sadly, Lady Luck was in no hurry to come and find us, as we realised when we left the car park and tried to leave Aberystwyth. It turned out we couldn't go back the way we'd come, so we followed Satnav's suggestion.
This is when Satnav really does need a smack on the bum. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're okay on this side. This is what happens when we don't have our big lorry Satnav on, Daz.
I'm going to struggle to I'm going to go over there, reverse round, and then I'm going to go up that one over there.
Probably a good idea.
When this guy's gone past. What I do like is I like having all the locals looking at me while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
My first attempt at a three-point turn simply didn't have the space, so I spotted a gap further down the road and attempted it again.
Go off on the curb. Right, Satnav is taking us on some really crazy roads. I mean, they probably wouldn't be crazy if there wasn't a whole load of people.
Then turn left onto High Street.
Oh man. Oh, it's just when everything feels like it's shrunk. Relieved to be out of that tight spot, we passed by the Vale of Rydal Railway. It's a beautiful steam railway that actually circles round the valley that we're staying in. And because of a police incident, we've just been taken back off track again and onto a single lane track. You couldn't write it. It's like we go hunting for these kind of roads in Wales. We don't, they just come for us, even when we're attempting to take main roads. The police send us on these roads. I mean, I can't complain about the views. This is definitely not showing how steep this tiny little track is. But Daz is kind of scared going up it, and I'm now scared going down it. Oh, foot on the brake, foot on the brake, foot on the brake. That would be devastating if we crashed into the rail of Rydal. It would be nice to see it going past now though. Any train this way? Any train this way?
Nice station.
Oh.
You want to fix her up at there?
Yep. That looks perfectly doable.
Good morning, everybody. So, this is our last day, and it's been really nice spending some time somewhere so peaceful and quiet. And yet only 15 minutes from the town of Aberystwyth, which is a beautiful town full of little boutique shops and interesting, quirky places, and obviously a beautiful seafront. Last night was interesting. It was great hanging out with friends. Kids stayed up far too late. Did lots of performances for us in the lounge, sort of weird talent contest late at night, and then a really peaceful night's sleep right up until about, I think it was 5:30 when I checked, when a car drove past and decided to beep twice as it passed the van. Can't help thinking it's the van that draws this kind of attention. I'm sure people don't normally drive through little lanes in the valleys beeping their horns, and I was kind of awake ever since then. Anyway, we've relented and we're going to let the kids stay on a couple more hours this morning before the long drive back down to Hampshire, which I think Bee's going to try and do again this time. I think I might help her out of the valley, and then Bee's going to take over so I can do a little bit of work from the van. Overall, a fantastic trip. So, wow, a red kite just flew right over the road in front of us. That's just beautiful. So much nature going on here. I'm overdosing on it. So this is the local reservoir. It's using 10 million gallons of water an hour. So they use it as a hydroelectric dam. How forward thinking. What do you think, Sammy? I think this is a dead end. We need to go back up on the bridge. Really? Come on, this way. It's a dead end. Okay, we'll go to the end. Sometimes Sammy has trouble turning round. Yeah, he was right, eh? He was right. Just like my other kids, they don't really enjoy Daddy being like, come on then, this way. What's kind of cool about this area is its association with red kites. It seems to be everywhere. When I say everywhere, they seem to be very keen on circling right above me and Sammy. Perhaps they've never seen such a long pointed dog before. Or maybe they recognise me. Something sort of magical about a white horse, isn't there? Sammy, wait there a second. I just want to show everyone the beautiful surroundings. And I've driven past this place at night time, but not during the day. T-Cam Farm looks to be or have been a camping and caravanning club certified site. The sign looks a bit old and I don't remember seeing it on the map, so it could be it's not any longer, but that would be an interesting road to get Stampy up. And then a tiny bit of a slope. This would be the perfect place for Sammy to get his paws wet, having weed all over his right one just now. Come on, mister, let's get in the water. Can't be that cold, can it? Sammy.
yes, long trip back. Bee's going to drive, I'm going to try and work. Until our next escape, thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, we thought we'd update you with our plans because we're only 3 weeks away from when we say goodbye to the UK for 3 months and we go travelling around France. Now I've got really excited with all the different places that we can go to, the wonderful historical places that we can visit, the areas of natural beauty. So we're excited about it, but we're also really nervous about it because there's a lot to sort out here. We've got our property on Airbnb and there's a lot of things that we've got to sort out in the house to make sure that it's ready for Airbnb. Lots of little fixes and handbooks to create and cleaners to employ. And it's really taking up a lot of our headspace and our time at the moment, as well as all the logistics that go with planning a trip to France and staying away for such a long time and taking a pet with you as well. A lot of our favourite van lifers do this with the greatest of ease. They're bobbing backwards and forwards over the English Channel and going and spending loads of time in Europe. I'm sure in time, when we get used to it, we'll be a lot more casual about it too. But for us, because it's our first time away for such a long period of time, we are a little bit nervous. So in our next video, we're going to talk a little bit more about the different places that we're planning to go, because a lot of people have said, what's your itinerary? Which direction are you going in? What's your plan? And I keep having to say, well, we've got lots of things written down. We've got a rough plan, but we haven't actually planned an itinerary. We'd rather just play it by ear and take our time and go slowly. Or perhaps you guys have got an absolute gem, somewhere that you stayed in at some place in France that you'd like to share with us. That's great as well. I'm all for taking on ideas because we really are going to take our time and go slowly and try and catch all the best bits. So with that said, hope you enjoyed this week's video. Fingers crossed we'll be able to upload one for next week. I know we haven't been very reliable over the last couple of weeks. That's because we've been so busy getting the house up and ready for Airbnb. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to us yet, please hit that subscribe button and press the notifications, and then you can get updates about our videos. And of course, you can follow our journey in France, which is going to be happening imminently. We'll see you in the next video.